Good afternoon to YouTube and everyone else that is watching. My name is Michael D. VanLandingham. I'm a motivational speaker of a movement called All Lives United, the movement, and a movement called All Landinghams United. All Lives United is a multi-conglomerate of individuals who are or were Republican and Democrat, who are tired of the status quo and want real change, who want to knock down these walls and build bridges for us to come and meet in the middle. I've been speaking as a motivational speaker. I started at the Republican National Convention here in Cleveland, Ohio. This is where I reside. Uh, my second movement is All Landinghams United. All Landinghams United is a conglomerate of individuals who are white and black and Samoan and I think a few Indians that share the same bloodline and the same name. There are four different versions of us. Val, VALLANDINGHAM. Val with one L. Van, which is the overallness of, what tree name we came under. And Landingham. I am was born in Landingham, but my grandfather's father was a VanLandingham, so I changed it back to the original name since I'm the only boy in my family. Anyway, the reason I'm making this live video is to announce to everybody here on YouTube that I am considering running for president of these United States of America for 2020. My campaign slogan is "We the People." It's something off of, I guess you heard it before, from the Constitution. Something that we, as Republicans and Democrats, forgot about. I'm running because America desperately needs unity. And with our political constituents in Congress who seem like they can't put two pieces of bread together and make a sandwich less than to bring Americans together. And with what I did with my family, and it's kind of hard to bring family together, trust and believe, it's kind of hard. Well, that happened because of a family member who believed in me and then going through their own problems and then turned on me. So some family you just can't help. But the overallness of all my family is very important to me. And in my family, we disagree about political affairs and stuff like that, or which way the country should be going. But we never look at each other as the enemy. We still talk to each other, and blacks and whites coming together, calling each other family, and saying happy birthday to the kids, or that was a platform that I put down because it seemed like it was the most important thing. And to me, three things: God, family, country are my three most important things. So I wanted to showcase that to America, that there is a way to come together, but you got to have love and courage with the truth in order to make that to a realization. It's never too late on coming together. I know that what we see of all the fights and turmoil between races in this country, and we still can't let go of past events such as slavery and the Jim Crow laws and the fear that minorities are going to take over and white people and all this other stuff. Let me tell you something. To the Republican voter, your party has lied on you. Your party has played on your fears and played on your hopes just to get your vote. You can see now that I've spoke about this way before the tax cuts were even introduced, that look at the returns you got. You voted, you trusted for this man, and he let you down. You thought you voted for somebody that was outside the mainstream of politics and everything else, but Donald Trump was kind of the main component that was paying politicians off, Republicans and Democrats. So, someone who was behind the scenes really can't be trusted. And with now you see how your tax money is, you voted for him. You made a mistake. time to change from that mistake. But like I said, I'm running because we need unity. We could talk about infrastructure. We could talk about education. We could talk about jobs. We can talk about all these things. But if we're not united, if we're divided, our house will fall. But if we're united, we can overcome any adversity, handle any problem, and concentrate on caring for our children as a whole. I'm not talking about just white children, but I'm talking about every child in America should be watched over and fully educated. We should not trade. Let's see, what's the word I'm looking for? Spend money more on war than education. Put it that way. But really, the war is within us that we have to try to defeat. We need fresh, new leadership. We need a better option. Last cycle, in 2016, we didn't have a better option. I didn't vote for Hillary because I don't like fake people. One thing about Donald, he was real. He showed you who he was. But I said I didn't vote for him either. I was mainly conflicted with myself a little bit where, I can vote for party, vote for Hillary, but, my good conscience couldn't allow that because you vote for just more than just your party. You vote for principles. You vote for what's the best direction that America should be going. And this direction of hatred and bigotry and confusion and Russia collusion is not making America great. It's not. My unique ability is to communicate in areas where a lot of people tried and failed. My expertise that I've done, I have 16, 17 years of customer service and sales experience. I have 3.5 years of being a stand-up comic. So, telling jokes is, a tough job. Talking politics is, compared to me, is easy. I tried to get into acting. Didn't have the money to get out there. I tried to become a preacher, but some people in my church didn't believe that I was called for that. So at the same time, I'm going through life and trying to figure out what I was called for. But I knew I was called for leadership. But what type of leadership, I don't know. But I believe that we need someone new, someone fresh, someone who is smart, someone who knows what's going on in the world, who can console Americans who are facing hardships, especially during disasters. Now, no true leader would use, just like what Donald Trump said he was going to do, was probably take money from the disaster relief funds from California and Puerto Rico to build a wall for an imaginary threat. Again, Republican voters, there he's playing on your fears. To Donald. Do I have a shot at becoming the next president of the United States? At first, no, not really. Not at first. My thing was just throw my name in the hat, talk, and hopefully somebody might hear me out. But something happened a week and a half later is very out of this world. And I'm not going to tell too much about it right now. If you look up on Facebook, I'm on Facebook, Michael D. VanLandingham. That is VanLandingham, Michael D. And if you look at December 9th, 2018 of my post, then you'll know that the odds of me winning have now changed. So if you're curious about what made me change my percentage rate on winning from early on to now, like now I'm like 80%. I just need to get out there, and now I have some time. So I have a whole year until next February to communicate with you, to let you know more about me. But if you want to know the real deal of why I changed my mind and why I think I'm more strongly favorable to possibly run and win, check out that post. So I do have a shot. Someone normal, someone regular, someone who's just a normal, regular American. I've never been to college. Just not getting my GED. Well, I supposed to have been got it, but you know how life plays on. You got to pay bills, you got to pay rent. Your time is construed in some form or fashion. So I should be passing the test sometime before spring. I always say that you don't have to go to college to become a leader. You got to be naturally born with it. You can't be taught this. You got to naturally have that instinct to lead, to have the love and concern that you have for all people instead of yourself. I'm not rich. I've been poor all my life. I've been where there were lights weren't on, the gas weren't on, the water wasn't on. I slept outside, slept when it's cold. I've been through every up and down battle you can ever imagine. But I've always came out on top because I would persevere. I didn't give up. I looked towards God for hope, inspiration. I had the right people around me and got rid of the wrong people. I stayed in tune with who I am and what my calling is. And with all that I've been through, with all that I learned, with all the people that I've met in my travels of my life, and the people's lives that I've changed on a daily basis, I believe that running for president is the next best thing, not just for me, but for all of us. That the power of the presidency and the power of our government should return back to its people. That we can no longer have these so-called politicians that are for us to be against us, to turn each other on each other by not letting the true nature of what America stands for be the template on bringing us together, but keeping power amongst themselves by instilling fear and hopelessness is not a way to make America great. That's why it will be great at being your next commander-in-chief. But I need your support. It doesn't take, where I work at, the money I get will not cover it. I'm gonna need your support. I set up a GoFundMe account for right now. There are some other ways that you can donate, but for right now, if you go to GoFundMe.com/VanLandingham, that's VanLandingham /4/President 2020. That again is VanLandingham, VanLandingham /4/President 2020. I want you to donate. I want you to share. I want you to also look at some of the live videos I've done at the Republican National Convention. Please look at All Lives United, the movement. Please make sure you put the movement behind All Lives United. Also look up All Landinghams United. You'll see my family page and what we put up and how we're coming together. It's important that unity, our diversity, those two things are important, where our diversity is our strength. Our unity amplifies our strength to the world. We're still the only nation on earth who, besides Germany and all the rest of them, who believe in freedom and democracy. But you have leaders such as Donald Trump, I wouldn't even consider him as a president. I consider him as a person who's occupying the White House because somebody helped him in there besides Trump supporters. You know, the one thing I've always had a thought about this, and where people be so blindly follow somebody that knowing that they may not be right. I try to understand that, and the only logical conclusion I come up with is because those people are desperate for real change, and they believe whatever they believe in their hearts, and hopefully somebody will come along would say it. And they do. But they also have a hidden agenda behind what you want as well. That's Donald Trump. He claims he's for Republican values, but acts Democratic. The president let you down, Republicans. He lied, he cheated, he stole the election. There's still an investigation about that. Everything that is under the name of Trump is being investigated. Now, for someone who's got businesses and all this other stuff, it seems like that he's a nothing, right? That he was bloated, he was made up. And turned out he's an asset to Russia. America, the most powerful nation in the world, all of a sudden we get a leader that is kissing Putin's butt. And it's written all over his face. I mean, come on. Nobody, if I'm president and I've been, subjected to saying that I was, in league with North Korea, let's just say, and I know I'm not, and I know my people around me had nothing to do with it, then I will not intervene in the investigation. I will not try to fire anybody to stop the investigation. The investigation is going to help me out. What the president's doing is opposite of what I would do. So that's all I need to know. And with Matthew Whitaker, that testimony that happened, I saw the whole thing, ladies and gentlemen. It's the saddest crap I've ever seen in my life. Man was not confirmed, was not by the Senate, was not confirmed by the Senate, was not confirmed by anybody. He just was placed there because of his feelings about the Mueller investigation. And let me just say this to the Special Counsel Mueller. Continue to do your job. Me and the American people have your back. Most people in Congress have your back. If they try to restrict you from releasing that information, please make it public. Thank you so much. I guess I covered everything. Like I said, please donate to VanLandingham for President 2020 on GoFundMe. I'm here to shake up things. I'm here to tell hard truths. But like I said earlier, we could not talk about jobs or infrastructure or equal pay or equal rights until we talk about the one thing that's kept us divided, and that's race. What is racism? Seems like it's changed. What is police brutality? What is showing one favoritism of Americans over another when it comes to education, when it comes to prison reform, when it comes to other things as well. Race plays a big part on everyday life in this country. It's 2019. I think this is not 1819. The old heads that still have power want to bring us back to the 1950s. because they're scared to see a black president. They're scared to see a woman to become president. They're scared to see gay people, having rights and being free. If you're American, you deserve every right and to do anything you want. But like I said, we can't talk about infrastructure. We can't talk about all these things, immigration, until we talk about race. No, Alexa. We have to talk about race, and we have to heal from it. And we can't blame.
Welcome to the Alexa Prize, a universal.
Alexa, stop. Ain't that funny? I didn't call Alexa, and then all of a sudden, weird. But anyway, we can't talk about infrastructure. We can't talk about all these things until we talk about race. Why do we have racism? Why do we distrust one another? Why we were born into distrusting one another? Our presidential candidate that's out there right now, even, Cory Booker and Kamala Harris, I'm not going to say they would be uncomfortable talking about it, but they wouldn't have the right template on how to start off the conversation. We need to start off the conversation the right way. And I was thinking about doing like town halls, in each city, in each state, and meet with the people and have an open debate on television to talk about race, or on YouTube or Facebook or something. So, again, after going over my notes a little bit, just make sure I got everything down that I've said, I'm running, and I mean it 100%. And please don't let this fool you. Don't let the scar fool you. Don't let any of this fool you. I'm the real deal. I'm a small person who has big ideas, and that's what we really need right now. We need people also who are regular American just like me, who should run for political office, Senate or congressman or something. We need good people in there. We need good people in there. I am for legalizing marijuana. I believe that marijuana it has a lot more benefits than non-benefits. I always said to myself, I'm like, why do they legalize cigarettes, which give you cancer, and make weed illegal, which cures it? Alcohol is worse than marijuana. There's no deaths when it comes to marijuana. I heard nobody died of marijuana. So that'd be one thing. I think after 4 years of Trump, I think America needs to smoke a blunt. Do I smoke? Yeah, I do. Immigration. I'll spend a few minutes just to throw some things at you about what I strongly believe. Immigration. I believe that if we're a nation of immigrants, why the hell that we got to close our borders to immigrants? If they want to come here and help make their lives better, let them come in. But we do have to do something about their homes and where they come from, because the problem is never going to end when they keep coming here and whatnot. America holds some blame, or most of the blame, of what happened in Central America and South America with the destabilization of most of those governments down there because of drug lords and whatnot. It's the truth. Look it up. CIA, all that stuff. Is behind all that crap down there. I think we were really responsible, and I think we should owe it to those people that we might have to facilitate some kind of way to make room for some kind of stability to be brought up there, maybe military action possibly. Not like, boots on the ground, but, logistic support, training, stuff like that. I think we need to take care more about our neighbors than we care about somebody around the world. I am for Israel. I don't like how they're doing the Palestinians. I don't like that. I think with Uncle Ben said in Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. These people just want to live and to their kids to grow. Now, I understand that they have been attacking each other for thousands of years. I understand that. And it started from Oh, Isaac and Ishmael, I believe. That's how it started. Uh, I was going somewhere with that, but I don't want to go too far on the biblical thing about the whole thing. North Korea is playing us like fools. We need to show them that we're not playing. Um, Russia, they are a threat. They always been a threat. Um, but I understand the reason why they kind of like the backs against the wall. We're surrounded them with anti ballistic missile defenses and iron domes and stuff like that. And so, but Russia's always been trying to undermine our democracy in America and outside, especially around the free democracies of the world as well. The Brexit deal, all that stuff is, Trump's. I mean, not Trump's doing, but Putin's doing. Situation in France, that's Putin's agents. Putin's plan is to demoralize the Western world, to bring it to its knees. The one thing about democracy and free people is, we got to go through ups and downs in order to know how to get back up. When you have oppressed people like yours, Mr. Putin, they don't even know what up means. They just know how to stay down because that's what you keep them down. But America's not like that. And even though President Trump is trying to turn into you, we can vote him out. We can challenge his authority. And that's why I'm running. Anyway, I guess that's all I got to say. Please, like I said, subscribe to my Facebook channel, All Lives United, the Movement. I think you'll like some of those live videos on there. Also, please check out All Landingham United. Okay, I don't want that. Appreciate you on that. And also, contribute to our GoFundMe page, VanLandingham /4/President 2020. And we will see each other soon. And like I said, don't ever give up hope. Always trust in God. Trust in each other as well. It's not about color. It's not about party to determine what's right and wrong. It's one's actions determines what's right and wrong. Hate and fear will never be the template to make America great. But love and courage with the truth is the best way to do so. Stay blessed and let's continue to come together with love and courage. Take care.